motivation and preparation led to a new sensation, new creation. That's what you're facing. Now watch my elevation.
The next topic we're going to discuss on Boxing Bros is Ryan Garcia picks Triple G to beat Canelo. We're going to do like a deep dive into this little beef, though. We're going to start with what Canelo. Well, actually, we're just going to show you a few things so that gets you kind of adjusted and acclimated to this beef. So we're going to go to Conspira G's Twitter, where he has up an interview, and let's listen to what Canelo had to say when they asked who he think would win between Ryan Garcia and Gervonta.
You think he can beat Gervonta Davis?
I don't think so. I don't really think
What, not yet? Or
not
just,
yet. Not
you think he can beat Gervonta?
So he said he doesn't think that Ryan Garcia can beat Gervonta Davis, and then he clarifies and says not yet. Well, although that not yet was put into his head by the other guy. All right, so then here's what Canelo says when they tell him that Ryan Garcia picked Triple G. What's going on?
He's going to win this fight. What's your opinion on that?
Man, he's just mad for something, or he's no more in the team. He's always gonna be versus us, no matter what. But he's a little kid. You need to understand him. He need to learn a lot of things. But what my advice for him, just do your job, focus on your career, win a world champion first, then talk about other people.
I have to tell you, we spoke to Ryan Garcia a few days ago, and we asked him about this fight. And he says he has an idea, and he has a feeling that Triple G is going to win this fight. What's your opinion on that?
So that was the question, and we saw the response first because the way it played out from Instagram. So then Ryan Garcia responds to this, and here's what Ryan Garcia had to say about what Canelo had to say to him.
Now, so I saw they asked you, I think it was Akam Barak, about Canelo Triple G. And who did you pick?
Well, here's the thing. People kept twisting it. Like, I picked Triple G after I said that he made that comment about me. They asked me if they keep on trying to pin us against each other, but I just gave my opinion on why I believe that Triple G can't win this fight. I just felt like he would have the performance of his lifetime. I feel like Canelo's not in a good place, but again, I'm not going to speak anymore on it. I don't really feel like I should be bashed for speaking my opinion, my truth. I mean, he took it personal because what he said was just comical. He was like, at 20, I was the world champion, which may have be true, but everybody's journey is different. You know, he fought a vacant title with Matthew Hatton. That's just the truth. And I'm here, I just have a lot of good people in my division. I can't pick a Matthew Hatton and become a champion. I have to fight great fighters. It is what it is. I don't mind that you fought Matthew Hatton. I'm just saying, like, do you see the level? Like, when I get my first chance, most likely it will be against Gervonta Davis. Now, you tell me what's worth more, a world champion against Gervonta Davis or a world champion against Matthew Hatton. You tell me.
Ryan Garcia, Gervonta Davis. First of all,
all right. So that's what Ryan Garcia had to say. He said basically he Canelo won his first title as a vacant belt against Matthew Hatton, who I believe is Ricky Hatton's brother. And he's saying that he would have to beat Gervonta. And you heard the back and forth. Conspira G. Actually, I'm turning over to Trill. Trill, what's your reaction to all this?
Ryan's a kid. He got to. On this episode of the Love Box,
season 2.
Season 2.
Season 2.
Feelings, nothing more than feelings. That's basically what it is, like what Canelo was saying, the champ was saying, man. He was like, Ryan is showing all the signs of somebody that is not happy with the fact that he's not part of the team anymore. And I wouldn't even care about a Ryan pick. You know, put 10 G's on there. You're gonna beat Ryan. Ryan doesn't do good on the picks anyway. So so that's easy money when Ryan's back. You know what I'm saying? Ryan is showing a little bitterness there, but hey, you know, and he's bringing up old Ryan. Exactly what Canelo was saying. Ryan, like nobody has no problems with you, Ryan. Just focus on boxing and your craft and become a world champion before you start talking trash and dumping on other fighters. That's basically what he's saying, and that's just common sense, right? You know what I'm saying? At least win a world title before you start calling all these other people craps that are world champions already. Multiple world champions, you know, in different weight classes. Maturity, you know? But yeah, Canelo said it before when they asked him. They say, "Who's out of the young fighters? Who's your favorite fighter?" He said, "Tank." You know, and you know everybody knows who Tank's favorite fighter is. Made Floyd mad. Floyd was upset. Oh yeah, you gonna be winning.
You want to wear no boxing, no light gloves.
You don't wear those. You know what I'm saying?
Just that you gotta wear my old outfit that I wore when I fought when I fought Oscar.
So yeah, man, the feelings. Just get out of the feelings and get into the gym. That's what I would say. You know what I'm saying? But Ryan, nobody's getting mad at who you picked. It's how you do it. And then the things that you're saying afterwards. You know what I'm saying? So just focus on getting out of your feelings and getting it into the gym and becoming world champion yourself. You know, don't worry about all the outside antics and everything because you're the last in the pack now. All these guys that became world champion, the Tanks, the Devons, the Tiafimos, you got to show and prove now. It was like after that you getting dropped by Campbell, it just seems like you haven't been the same. I don't know if it has something to do with your confidence or something, but I just see something ever since and you won that fight. Great momentum, but it just seemed like something happened. And I think you just need to focus and double down, Ryan, because you could be a star in the sport. The young ladies like it. You know, Instagram going crazy. So just focus on boxing and get out of your feelings. That's what I would say to a young Ryan.
All right. Conspiracy G.
Yeah, I'll say that I'm all for people keeping it real, right? But I don't believe that's the case with Ryan. I honestly believe Ryan was actually hating. And the reason why is because when he picked Triple G over Canelo, it's not like he had a reason. He just said, I just have a feeling Triple G's going to Once you do that,
that's how he said it. Exactly. That's how he said it.
Hey, G, that feeling's hate.
I know that feeling, bro. You was a hater. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I ain't like that. At least with Canelo, when they asked Canelo about Ryan versus Tank, he was like, yeah, I got Tank because Ryan's not ready yet. You know? So it's like, which a lot of people, you know, will come to that same conclusion. Exactly. So even if you could feel like Canelo's hating on me, at least to a degree, it was still like constructive, right? It's like he's not saying you can never beat him. He's just saying right now, no. You just like, y'all, my money's on Triple G, even though Canelo already won 2 times. I just have a feeling, even though this dude then ran through 168, but a guy at 160, I just have a feeling. You know what I'm saying? I was like, all right, bro, God bless you. You know, so Ryan is clearly upset about it. But I think now, like with the setback interview, I think it's more like it was hurt, right? And I think he's like, yo, come on, bro. Look at my division, man. You know, I'm in a stacked division. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to give me some type of credit. Look at I'm dealing with monsters out here. Like, you know what I'm saying? So in his mind, he's like, yo, give me a chance, Canelo, please. Like, he's looking into his big bro, like, why would you do that to me? You know, so you know how it is. It's like the little dude could like talk trash, but when the big brother talks trash back, it just hurts more. You know what I'm saying? Like kind of like AB with Floyd. You know what I mean? Like AB can talk all that talk, but when Floyd flexes a little bit, AB takes it personal. You know, this is the Ryan and Canelo effect as well. It's just like yo, Ryan, watch your mouth. You know what I mean? You don't have to go public. Even if you believe in your heart of hearts, Triple G gonna win. Did you have to say that publicly? He didn't have to do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then he's trying to blame like the people that doing interviews. It's like, bro, you're the one who answered the question though. You know what I mean? Yeah, you're young, but you're still a man. You didn't have to answer. You could have just been like, oh, that's a great fight. Whatever. But if you really believe in your heart of hearts, I'm just gonna keep it 100. I think as long as you're consistent, right? Like if any fight, you always gonna just pick what you really, really believe in. No one's gonna hate on that. People be like, even behind the scenes, dudes might be like, yo, why would you do that, yo? Like, y'all supposed to be boys, Mexico first, this and the third. But it's like people at least respect it if you're consistent. But now it's like you're playing politics. You're like, oh, he hated on me, I'm gonna hate even more. You know what I'm saying? Oh, he think I'm not serious about the sport. I have a feeling you're gonna get body bagged by Triple G. Like, come on, son. Like, I don't know, man. You're like, yo, Grandpa Gennady, he got this, bro. You're out of here, you know. And it's just like, all right, Ryan, bro, I respect it, but you just need a hug. So all he needs is a hug from Canelo. Canelo could just hit him up like, yo, man, let's just peace up, man. Like, yeah, we're not under the same camp anymore, but I wish you well. I'm pretty sure you wish me well. I'm pretty sure he looks at Canelo like a big bro. It just is what it is.
Nah, G. In the second what you said something and it made me jump into my head. All that hating can actually hurt Ryan.
Mm-hmm.
All that hating can get you, well, not get you hurt, but end up hurting you because Canelo and his fan base.
Yeah, his star power, yeah.
Yeah, you don't want to just because off of your feelings and alienate you from that type of support. Because they were loving when, you know what I'm saying, you was working with them. If you still kept that same energy and kept it cordial, you know, and business-like, you don't have to, if you can feel a certain way but still keep it business-like, you can still some of those fans will come over to still rock with you. But now you dissing, you know, you're gonna make them want to pick and choose.
He think the jean jackets that Goosen wears, you know, got Mexico on lock. You know
Canelo got him on lock. You know, and he can rub Canelo fans the wrong way. You know, and people, his turnouts get less and less.
All right, TVE.
Ryan picking Triple G. It was clearly hate, and you see, he still hasn't gotten over it, like being dumped by Canelo's camp, and like also that hate can also ruin like your focus. Like, you know, you focus on like, oh, I'm trying to prove myself to Canelo, and then you're going at your training with the wrong mindset where you're not truly trying to improve yourself. You maybe overlook your opponent's things, like put yourself before the gun and then end up hurting yourself. You know, Ryan got so much talent, but like Canelo said, you're young.
That's called a plexico.
You're young, and I feel you haven't matured enough to like get the opportunities you want. And I don't really think you're ready for the opportunities. I really think you should, if you can't find another camp that could like really help you hone your skills. Because Canelo being part of Canelo's camp, we heard you left, it was like you weren't really taking the trainings there seriously. And this camp is a very serious camp because they do. What's up?
Well, I just like to add in Ryan's defense. Ryan wasn't the only one who left the Reynoso camp. Ruiz left. Sanchez also left. So those are three major players in that camp that all left around the same time. So Ryan may have some legitimacy within like his argument of Reynoso's focus is only on Canelo.
Yeah.
Because 3 guys just left and 2 guys are heavyweights. And so I don't know. They chose Canelo over all 3. That's how it appears to be that they chose Canelo.
Well, Canelo's keeping lights on out there, Jim. So
that is true. Just
so these guys gotta be patient. I don't know. Hopefully Ryan gets it together, but that hating could bite you in the butt in the long
run. A few things. I'll start off by saying this. G brought up a good point. When it comes to Andy Ruiz, though, like you left Manny Robles for what? Robles was with you when you got the biggest win of your career. You lost to AJ. Any reason or any factor for why you weren't prepared for that fight had nothing to do with Manny Robles. It had everything to do with you. When you were committed and you were in shape, you showed up in Madison Square Garden and put off one of the biggest upsets in boxing history. Then when you became champion, you went partying and drinking Doritos and eating all the
Tecates.
Yeah. Tecates, Doritos, and burritos. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what you was on. That was your diet for like 3 months. The one thing we can say is that we have our disagreements as to why he came in at the weight he came in. But he did come in like at least 20 pounds heavier in the rematch. So you can't blame Manny Robles for that. Your flaws weren't because you weren't technically sound. It wasn't because you were trained poorly and you didn't know what to do in there. It was all things that were within Andy Ruiz's control. Manny Robles had his back from the jump. So the fact he left Manny Robles and then went to Eddie Reynoso, you know what that is? That's in his mind. That's that old you looking for a place to blame. And Manny Robles came out and told everyone, you didn't train hard, whatever. Maybe you didn't like that. But he's just trying to hold you accountable. Now let's get to Frank Sanchez. I can see how Frank Sanchez will want to go somewhere where he's the primary focus because he's an older prospect and he's trying to get his career in line. And he's saying like, yo, you took me this far, but like, yo, I want to go somewhere where I'm priority. I want to go somewhere where everyone needs me to survive. Because let's be honest, that's when like people really give their undivided and give their all into something. When like we all win, we all win. We all lose, we all lose. And like if Sanchez is lose, he's like, yeah, I got Canelo. Like, you know what I mean? So he want to go somewhere where he's the big fish. And I can understand that. When you get to Ryan Garcia and Canelo, though, to me, Ryan Garcia took all the benefit that came with being Canelo's little brother. He took the microphone at all the fights when they said, oh, tell me about Canelo. Canelo's really focused. I'm telling you, I've seen Canelo. Every time there was a Canelo fight, there was Ryan. There was Ryan backstage when they're showing Canelo, there goes Ryan. Like Trill pointed out, associating himself with Canelo, being attached to Canelo. Like basically saying he's going to be the next Canelo. He's training with Canelo, and there's Canelo imparting wisdom on him. And what someone like Ryan Garcia doesn't understand, always understanding, and I know you know this, G, I know you know this, Trill, when you got like a young mentee and you tell them something and they don't want to hear it because it's critical of their performance or of their actions, they're automatically frustrated. And some of them, their reaction is to kind of like rebel, or their reaction is to kind of like come at you and act like, well, you did this and you did that. And it's like, yeah, Hove did that. So hopefully you don't have to go through that. You know what I'm saying? Like, yes, I did that, but I'm trying to stop you from going through what I went through. I'm trying to help you be better off than I was when I was in your situation. That's why they say it's too bad youth is wasted on the young. Because by the time you're grown, if you can go back to when you was young, you do all the things you need to do to be successful.
Facts.
Right? So when a guy like Canelo is speaking to you and he says, just focus on your career, worry about yourself. and becoming the best you can be. And then you respond like, well, look at you when you were fighting Matthew Hatton. And since then has beaten legends.
Multiple champions.
Has become undisputed at 168. Since then has been on Forbes list and everything. I think he's good. I think he's good. He's trying to help you, kid. You don't want to receive the message because you feel like this is a tit for tat. There's no tit for tat. As my mom used to tell me when I would get in trouble with the teachers and I would always blame it on the teachers. She said, they got theirs. You got to get yours. Like they got their education. They're good. They got their career. I had to get mine. Canelo got his, bro. You got to get yours. And what you got to stop doing is thinking that there's an even dynamic. When Canelo schools you about something, it doesn't matter who he fought. It doesn't matter who you have to fight. He's telling you something for your own benefit. He's telling you something to try to help you, just like he's done throughout your entire career, but you're so caught up in your feelings, you can't see it. And I'll say this, the older we get, the more tolerant we get. Like, for example, like before I would be like, the hell with this person, whatever. Like, like these young mentees. But now, like if a young mentee disrespected me when I criticized them or I gave them advice or whatever that they didn't like, and they come back and they apologize, I forgive them now. But the younger me would be like, F you, clown. Like, you know what I'm saying? But the older me, I'm more like, I get it. You know what I mean? I've been there. I got more experience. Like, and I think that's where Canelo's at. Like emotionally, maturity, Canelo's age is ahead of Ryan. Ryan, like, you got to understand, you're putting yourself in a position that you can't win. Because Canelo already got his. Canelo's already a Hall of Famer. If he never fought again, he can lose tomorrow. You, on the other hand, have to beat Javier Fortuna. So why are you even talking about Tank? For real. We don't even know if you can get that fight made with Tank. So why are you even talking about Tank? You mentioning Tank like you think he's the easiest one. That's why you mentioned Tank. You didn't mention Devin. Devin the one with all the belts. Exactly. So you just mentioned Tank. Left out other guys. There's Shakur Stevenson out there too. You didn't mention his name. You straight mentioned Tank. But the reality is, I think Ryan is showing his age. He's showing his immaturity. And I'll just close by saying this to both Ryan and to Canelo. Stop answering questions about each other. Canelo, you're too big to respond like Ned was saying about someone else. They ask you anything about Ryan, just say, look, man, he's a young kid. I'm fond of him. I did my best to take him under my wing, but I wish him nothing but the best. And just leave it at that. And Ryan, when they talk to you about Canelo, say, look, I appreciate everything he's ever done for me. Like, he's helped make me a better fighter, but I just felt like it's time for me to go on my own and do my own thing where I'm priority. And I understand why Eddie would need to spend all his time with Canelo because he's the biggest star in the sport right now. Maybe we can revisit that later, but for right now, I had to do what's best for me and just leave it alone. Don't let these guys play you clips like, oh, this is what Ryan said about you. This is, I mean, that's just so corny. I would never engage in that. You want when people do that to me, because they'll try to do that with lies, like with me and my cousins or me and people I know. They say, if someone comes to me and they say, G know this too and Trill know this, and they come to me and they say, oh, well, so and so said this about you behind your back. The first thing I said was, if they tell them to say it in my face, if they don't say it in my face, I don't care, right? But if they keep pressing, the next thing I would say to them is, why do they feel so comfortable to say this stuff about me around you?
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
What did you say?
And that always deads it. Why do they feel so comfortable talking? Because I know, like, if G's not around, people aren't going to be comfortable bashing G around me because they already associate. They know that's my man. So they're like, we ain't going to say nothing. They're not going to say nothing about Trill around me because they know that's my brother. You know what I mean? If people have their own joking relationship with Trill, then we can have some jokey jokes. You know what I'm saying? Like, because I know if Trill was there, he would be in the joke. Or if J no G, we can all. But if I don't know you and you're some interviewer trying to talk to me, I already know what it is. Why were you letting this person talk trash about me and then now you want to interview me to tell me this person was talking trash about me? You want content. Kick rocks.
Let us know how you feel in the comment section. Please like and subscribe. Check us out on Instagram and Twitter. And please check out our podcast on all major streaming services. We are the Boxing Bros. Brothers out.